Welcome back to more Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. Shall we see what's going on a lovely island of Fawnhollow on this lovely weekend? Actually, it's not that lovely. It's to be honest, right now it's quite overcast and extraordinarily windy right now. In fact, maybe if I crack my window open, you'll be able to hear it. Hold on. I don't know if you heard that. There's a lot of wind, a lot of stray leaves scattering and crashing into my window. But hopefully, that won't be too much of a bother right now. That was a very long loading screen. Hello there everyone, and on Fawnhollow, it's 3:18 PM on Saturday, October 24th, 2020. Now for today's announcements, we have a new friend on our island. Let's give a big Fawnhollow welcome to Pashmina. Pashmina, on behalf of your new island family, welcome aboard. And with that, I'll get back to work supporting you and your enjoyment of our island. So yes, welcome Pashmina. And a new face on this island. Quite a common face that I've actually seen a lot of, because she's someone who either is or was on Benedict's Island of Radish Dale, or is it Radish Vale? I can't remember. From Silvano. So Lollipop, I was thinking, I saw something in the store that I liked, but I thought it would look so much better on you. I went ahead and bought it because I want to see if I'm right. If you do like it, I'd love to have you model it for me. Let me know, Savannah. If only we could respond to these and have you actually acknowledge them, Savannah. What we done here? Why is a shovel like this? I don't know. So we're gonna, carry on customization. A wasp model, of course, and a long plaid skirt. We're gonna carry on our customization for today. Of course, Kiki decided to sort of vibe in here. Or go say hello to Pashmina, because why not? She's, you gotta greet the new villagers in your town. Greet your new neighbours, friendly hellos. Be like, welcome to, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with this. You ever just start a conversation and you hope that you'll find a way to make it okay at the end, but then you just don't. Oh hey, it's dear, right? I didn't know you lived here. We met. It's Radishdale, Pashmina. Oh my god. We met on Radishdale a while back, remember? Well, I'm a resident of Fawnhallow now. I'm glad I ran into you, but right now I gotta get back to unpacking. See you around, kidders. That's unbelievable. It's actually the same Pashmina from Radishdale. I've been at this all day and I don't think I've even made a dent. I wonder if I could convince some old buddies to ship out here and help kidders. We could help you. I wish we could help you. It'd be very fun, methinks, if we could actually, participate within our activities with our villagers more rather than having to make believe, I suppose. Or, I suppose we've got the treasure hunts, but that's not really the same thing, is it? So I've been up to today, semi-finals. League of Legends World Championship was on. It was a pretty good one today. There'll be another tomorrow. Clocks go back tomorrow, you know that? There's another thing that's, I suppose that hasn't happened yet. So I guess that's not really much of an interesting thing. Also, what is that dress? I've never seen it before. Is that like a fairy sprite dress or something? But it must be a Halloween fairy dress. Which one should we go with? These long denim cardigans are quite nice. Oh, I don't know which one of these we don't have. I'm going to presume we don't have an orange one. Do we need anything else? Not particularly. So we'll go on. I played some TFT. I hit diamond. There we go. So that's very exciting. Well, it's actually not that exciting, but because I'm gutting for master, or maybe even higher. I don't know. But for now, it's just where I am. Because I don't play all that often. A couple of days, couple of games each day, maybe. But other than that, we are going to be clearing up most of the right side. I suppose we should also move Caesar's house today, now I think about it, because we need to clear out that area so we can extend the cliff out, and then we need to decide what on earth we're doing over there. And move Amelia's house up there. I guess we can use Fuchsia's house as a temporary Apollo's house, but wait, it's not too important. So pick up some candy. I don't know. I woke up pretty late today, to be honest. I did go to sleep a bit late last night. I don't remember why. Was I playing games or was I just... Did I even play games last night? I can't remember, honestly. The days sort of blur together. I did have some very weird dreams, though, last night. And I'm trying to remember it, because I remember I woke up at like 5 AM or something from a dream. It was a very bizarre dream. And I just remember being like, oh man, this would be a hilarious story. I suppose let's go and move Caesar's house first. to talk about. But for some reason, in my very sleep-deprived state, I was like, maybe I should write this down to remember it. And then I was also like, nah, I'll remember it. But then I also thought, no, I know I'm not going to remember it. I just can't be bothered to go write it down. And I was like, you know, that's fair, because I am rather tired right now. I guess we might as well check the Nook shopping as well. Yeah, but it's the sort of thing where you can remember bits and pieces of it. I'm pretty sure we have Kick Element. I'm almost certain we do, because I recognise the album art. We need to withdraw 50,000 bells, otherwise we won't be able to move anything. Or move houses, at least. So yeah, there's bits and pieces I remember. I remember Ali was in the dream, for some reason. And I remember, for some reason, we played a game... I don't know if you... I don't actually know what it's called in English. For some reason, I only know the Japanese one. Because it's much more common in like Japanese anime and that sort of thing. It's a game where you say a word and... another person needs to follow up with saying a word, but it needs to start with the same letter as the ending of the last word. So, for example, if we take the word excellent here, the next person needs to say a word which ends in T, like trophy, and then the next person needs to say a word which ends in Y. Starts with Y, like yellow, etc., etc. Let's do it. Let's move your stuff, Caesar. Do you think villagers ever just be like, no? We don't want any movement. Of course I do. Getting brand new view on my window sounds like a sweet deal to me, Poppet. Alright. So that's what we'll get done. We should also move a museum. I forgot we need to do that as well. But we'll be moving Caesar's home for now. Just out. Make sure it's out of the way from the top right area. Before we fill in the blanks. Where should we put Caesar's home? I don't know. Should we put it like here? I don't know, because this might be a problem if we want to move this river later. Because I think we do. We should put it somewhere near the coast, probably. We should put it here, I think. This is probably the most least out of the way place. It doesn't matter, we can put it down roughly because we'll be moving these again later. But for now, that's where it's going to be. Yeah, it's that game, it's called Shiritori, I think, in Japanese. Where you say something, you say Shiritori, and then you need to say a word that begins with ri in Japanese. Which apparently the most common one is ringo, which means apple. And then you follow up with gorilla, which is gorilla. I don't know why I know so much about it. It's probably got a name in English. Let's see. Hold on. If I Google Shiritori. Apparently Shiritori literally means taking the end or taking the rear, which there you go. English Shiritori. Oh yeah, I will point out in Japanese, the Japanese one, the game ends when you when one person says a word which ends in n, because no words in Japanese start with the sound n. Anyway, English Shiritori, a Shiritori game using only English word was invented to help people learn English. Most rules are the same. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, there are several original optional rules that are used. Oh my gosh, this is not what I want to be doing. What? I don't want a random hole here. Players cannot use different tenses of previously used verbs, and when a word ends in a silent vowel like life, one may use either vowel. Okay, I don't know how it ends. Oh, in English, a most similar game is a word chain. There we go. Grab on behind, last and first, Alpha and Omega, the name game. The version of a game in which cities they use is called geography. Oh yeah, so I guess this is kind of it. Except for there wasn't a topic in the dream. It was just make a word chain, and for some reason Ali, I don't remember why it was funny, but he said a word which one, didn't exist, and two, it was a word that began with I and ended in I. But in the context of a dream, it was hilarious for some reason. Most ridiculous play. I'm not sure how far out we want to extend this cliff. How far out are each of these bumps? This is 9, isn't it? 3, 6, 9. Then 3, 6, 9. Do we want to make it so even like that? Well, I guess this is 10, isn't it? 3, 6, 9. Yeah, it's 10. Well, 11. 3, 6. Wait, what? 11. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I guess this is here? Is it on the 11th one? It's on the 11th one. We do a diagonal. It's going to look a bit symmetrical, I think, but that's okay. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And that'll be fine. So we don't actually need to extend it out that far. See, this house is only slightly in the way. Perhaps we could do it like this. But we do need to figure out what on earth we're doing over here. Do we want this bump here? But if we don't have this bump, what are we going to put instead? Oh my gosh, please. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. Let me up. I do know I want Amelia's house to be sort of here in the corner, but quite high up. So she should be on a mountain of sorts. So maybe that's what we should do. We'll have like a walkway path around the back. But we'll start building a little mountain for her to be on. Let me in, okay. Not gonna let me through? I see how it is. Yeah, anyway, I tried to remember what on earth my... Oh, this is... No, just, please. Animal Crossing. I tried to remember a bit more of the context of the dream, but I actually can't remember. But for some reason my sleep deprived brain at like 5 AM or whatever it is when I woke up was like, I need to record this. Then also I had the self-awareness to be like, I'm way too lazy right now to record this. What else happened doing it? I know what they say about talking about your dreams is a very boring topic for other people, mainly because it's really hard to understand. You know, you just gotta kind of. It's very much the epitome of you gotta be there to experience it, to really understand what I'm saying. Because dreams are kind of nonsensical, aren't they? They kind of make up their own rules. And when you're in the dream, you're sort of like, yeah, this makes sense. This is it's just how things always are. I suppose we should move this holly bush as well. Oh, all these bushes. I didn't know there were so many over here. But we'll dump them down by where we're currently keeping the other brushes. I know. The name game. Oh, sorry, word chain. It makes sense for it to have a time limit, otherwise it's a bit of a boring game, isn't it? In my opinion. You can kind of get caught on any word which starts and ends with the same letter. Well, that is if you allow repeats, which, you know, bad. But I don't know. This reminds me of, I mean, this is not at all related, because it's more about anagrams rather than, I suppose, the starting and ending letters of words. For some reason I was reminded of it, though. Of bananagrams, which is, a sort of like a word game that, a word-based board game, but it's not really a board game. It's more like a tile game, but it's under the same category as board games that one of my friends back in secondary school had, and we often played when we went to his house. Oh, let's also water these. Try and get some more duplicates out of here. Well, that one was like, it was basically it's basically, imagine you took all the Scrabble tiles from a Scrabble set, turned them all upside down in the middle. And then basically, you start off with... Actually, there's two ways to play. Now I think about it. You start off with some amount of tiles, which I can't remember actually the number. Oh, we should probably keep like with like. Anyway, you do that, and then what happens? what you're meant to do is you're meant to use the tiles to basically make words that form together in like a crossword sort of shape. Like you can make the word, I don't know, horse in the middle. And then, what do you mean there's no room? And then like branching out from the O, you can make like olive or something if you got the correct letters for it. And then when you run out of tiles, because there's always some tiles in the middle, it's like left over. It's much neater than than how I rearranged the other ones over there. I feel like I should rearrange these a bit more nicely instead of having them so randomly placed down. What colour are these ones? White? Pink? Yeah, when you run out of tiles, you can be like split or something, and you grab an extra tile from the middle. Or everyone grabs an extra tile from the middle. And then you have to figure out a new way to figure out how to incorporate this new letter into your crossword thing. There's also another thing you can do, which is, I can't remember what you yell out when you do it, but you can, like, if you have a letter which you don't know how to use, you can deposit it back in the middle and grab 3 others from the middle. And then the winner is whoever has a completed like crossword word shape with when there's no more letters in the pile in the middle. Which you might say you could easily just sort of like steal the victory from someone at the end. Which happens a lot, which is why we didn't play that one much. We played the other variation. Are these pink or these white? These are also pink. I mean, those are kind of purple, I'll be honest. No, that's not what I meant to dig up. Doesn't really matter. Which was basically, you flip over tiles in the middle one by one. So then you'll get like a random assortment of letters, kind of like Countdown, now I think about it. And once those letters are turned face up, what you basically do is you have to try and rearrange them into words. It's like you, I don't know, if the words S-E-A were turned up in the middle, you'd be like, oh, C. And then you get to claim that word as your own by taking the letters. The thing is, you can also steal words from each other. So like if, I can't, this is a terrible example. Does this even work? I don't know. If the next letter you turned up was like L or something, then you can steal that C that the other person has by making the word seal. So then it becomes your word. So that's kind of a concept, you know. Create words from the letters in the middle and then steal it from others if you get the opportunity. But you can also, like, if there's an anagram of a word, you can also steal it back again. It's like there could be, I don't know. I need to think of a word which is an anagram with another word. Like lead or lead, depending how you pronounce it, and deal, for example. And it'll go back and forth like that. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I forgot, I already got my helmet on. How big a cliff do we want here? What do you think, Fuchsia? It seems like we'd want quite a tall thing going on here. I'm not sure if I want this bump here, at least. I think I'm going to get rid of this bump. I can definitely hear the present flying in the air somewhere. I don't see it. Maybe it already passed us. I don't know. Do we want this entire acre maybe to be a big cliff? That's probably too much. Maybe about half the acre. Or a third of it. That seems reasonable. Yeah, you can do stuff like that. Basically, the letters are always in play. Even if you already secured them for yourself for your scoring. That's a fun game we used to play. Quite a lot, I don't know why. I guess because it's fun. You know, it's kind of usually the reason you play games. If it's fun. I don't know. I'm sorry, I haven't planned out this section of them. Or really thought about this section of the island so much because I thought this would be the last section I'm doing, but it turns out it's the second section I'm doing. All I know is just I want this to be like a mountainous, cliffy area. So there should be Maybe there should be like peaks and valleys and troughs or everything. But we need at least one big base area to put Amelia's house on. Otherwise it'll be a little bit weird. Something like this? Is this big enough? I feel like it should be like a plateau. Maybe it shouldn't follow the edge so much, but it kind of needs to. And we'll, how far out should we go? Maybe we can start curving it round here. You know? It's going to be the Ayers Rock of Fawnhollow. I don't know any other big plateaus. There's probably some other ones, aren't there? It's going to be the Ayers Rock and the Grand Canyon all together. Okay, except for not the Grand Canyon, because the Grand Canyon is absolutely massive. Which, you know, it's in my name, Grand Canyon. We need to move Fuchsia's house as well, as it turns out. But we also need to move the museum. So we're going to make a sort of big circle-esque shape, I think. Maybe oval-esque shape. To be the sort of grounds for where we'll do Amelia's house. Doesn't need to be really symmetrical, I don't think. I think it should definitely... This only feels like half of it. No, that's not what I meant to do. It definitely needs to extend out more to the left, so we definitely need to move Fuchsia's house somewhere. Well, that's quite alright. I'll take time. Time and time and time again. It seems like Fuchsia's singing, but I can't hear her singing. She's just dancing, I guess? Dancing to that invisible beat that only sunflowers can hear. That's a Plants vs Zombies reference for you right there. I don't know, I feel like maybe it should be a bit longer. It's going to feel really unbalanced though because of the way it follows the cliff. It's possible that we don't have it extend out like this. Or like that. I don't know, maybe it should be like this weird cloud shape. Doesn't look that bad, I don't think. It's really hard to tell. And I didn't really want to do that. She's just really just vibing. She do be vibing, right? Why do we draw the line? How far out are we going to go? Probably about halfway into where Fuchsia's house is right now. The museum's going to go up there. This is actually a lot of space to deal with. Oh, but this is, like, we need a lot of space. I forgot this is where all the shops and stuff are going. So the museums are going to be all way over here. Then we're going to be one of the shops somewhere over here. Not exactly sure where yet. Anyway, still working on this plateau. Plateau. Yeah, anyway. How do I even get onto banana? Oh, yeah, because we were playing something similar in a dream. I really can't remember. I wish I wrote it down. They say that's how you record your dreams better, if you keep a dream diary, that sort of thing. It's pretty wild stuff. I'm sorry, Fuchsia, we're sort of going to smother your home for a bit. Actually, that could be an interesting concept. Having their home just sort of like in a canyon in the middle. Oh. I might bury the tree. Excuse me? Who do you take me for? An amateur architect? Oh gosh. It's very fortunate now. The wasps actually stop as you try and bring out your stuff. They have made it easier. Back in my day, you'd have to open up your inventory, which was a whole separate window on your DS to do it. Because for some reason, now think about it, it was very weird. The DS version had it such that the top screen, instead of it you playing on the top screen and your bottom screen's the inventory, like I think it does in New Horizons, not New Horizons, New Leaf. For some reasons, in the DS version, the top screen was the sky. So you could just constantly look at the sky, or watch the sky and the clouds go by, which I guess is quite nice. And I suppose it's because you're meant to like look out for like balloon presents and stuff. Good old Pete Or UFOs. Wait. Gulliver was like a spaceman or something was in the previous versions, wasn't he? Now I think about it. I actually completely forgot about that. Oh, I didn't mean to get rid of that. Do we want any rivers or waterfalls here? I don't know. I don't think we do. Those are pretty reasonable. I think it should curl off here. Maybe curl off here. It should probably extend a bit more over here. Not quite like that, I meant, but it doesn't need to be perfectly symmetrical. Because as much as I like symmetry, symmetry is not that natural looking. I also don't really want to just bury Fuchsia's home right now. But it seems to be the direction it's going. So maybe let's go up here. And let's think about exactly where we're going to put Amelia's house in this. It does look like it's sort of centered on this bit here, doesn't it? I feel like it should be in the corner here. Or maybe it should be at the back here. I feel like we should get rid of this like cliff part of the back here. It juts out, it looks a bit ugly. And maybe it should just start like curving around at this point. I think that's fair. Give it a bit of a flat background to work with. And then in this little sort of nook here, maybe we can put, I don't know, something air related. This I think should be one wider because the ramps are two blocks wide, right? Yeah. Let's make it one wider. And then we could put a ramp here to go up to Amelia's house. And then what? How large is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's about 6. And actually, it's more like 4 that side, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is probably about as wide as it needs to be. I don't know if we can put one here. Nope. I don't mean to do that, but I guess that works too. I also didn't want to do that. But something like that seems pretty reasonable. I don't know, I feel like it should be like this. Have it feel a bit more staggered, a bit more non-symmetrical, a bit more, you know, out there. So these two are going to be ramps. So theoretically her door should be here. So you see, you got, because you need to leave a gap. 1, 2. How wide are houses again? 3 or 4? 1, 2. It looks like 3. I think it was a 4x3. Is it 4x3 or is it not 4x3? Either way, no, hold on. We should mark the back corner first. The back corners are the more important ones. 1, 2, excuse me, 3, 4. Is this right? This looks way too small. I think that's right. I feel like I thought that as well last time. It might be, oh no, I think it's 4x4, but the actual house takes up 3x4. That sounds right. But we need a 4x4 space. Why does this 4x4 look so wide? 1, 2, 1, 2. So that's probably where we'll put Amelia's house. And then I think maybe we can have a cliff and go out a bit more. It does seem a bit small. But we could put some, like, you know, like spires up like here. Like, whoosh. Or we could have it just like surround her entire house, I don't know. I haven't thought that far. But if you do things like this, it's like it's a mountainous place. With treachery. Or treachery is probably not the right word, but danger, that sort of thing, I don't know. We'll think about it more when we actually move a house up there. And move Fuchsia's house out the way, so we can properly work on things. But for now, let's round off this episode here. I don't even know what I talked about. But if you have been watching, thank you very much. Sorry, Raymond. I'm trying to just get to Central. You're always here, Raymond, when I'm doing these goodbyes. This has been Animal Crossing New Horizons, and I've been Dear Darling. Any likes, comments, and subscriptions are greatly appreciated. And if you want to join my Dear Darling Discord, down in the description below. Hope we can see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, excuse me, bye-bye for now.